My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Argylle. And this is the first new release movie I've watched in a month, but I've just had zero interest in anything that has came out. But honestly, I did have low expectations for this movie. I thought the trailer looked really bad, and unfortunately, I didn't like this movie. And that really bums me out to say because Matthew Vaughn used to be one of my favorite directors. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of Layer Cake, but after that, he made Stardust, a movie that I love. He made Kick Ass, a movie that I love. He made X Men First Class, a movie that I really like. And then he made Kingsman The Secret Service, a movie that I loved. Like, that is quite the one. But then he made Kingsman 2, which sucked. Then he made The King's Man, which was terrible. And now, with this movie as well, I just feel like he's lost his groove as a filmmaker. Like, this is not a well put together movie. Most of the action is rather bad, and it relies too much on changing two actors over and over again. Like, she blinks and it's Sam Rockwell, and then she blinks again and it's Henry Cavill, and that just keeps on happening. And I'm like, okay, this shtick is old already. Stop it. I think this movie has some terrible CGI. I think the movie has serious pacing issues. I think tonally this movie doesn't work, and I don't know what happened to him. Like, to be fair, I actually think the last act is the strongest part of this movie, which is a real hot take. But there is one stunning sequence with lots of smoke that I just loved. And there's one skating scene which was just delightfully goofy. So, every now and again you see his talents, but it's not consistent, it's not enough, and it just bums me out to say that. And then we get to the story of this movie, and this is one of those movies where it feels like it was written by a 14-year-old trying to write a spy novel. There's all these twists and turns, and each one is more convoluted than the last. Um, oh, is this person really dead? Maybe they're alive. Oh, this person's a double agent. Or, like it's just every twist you've seen 100 times done again and again here, and it just becomes far too much. And I just think the villains were really bad. Like, I'm not even sure what they were really trying to accomplish. It's a very weak plot. And yeah, like the first two acts I think really drag. I actually liked the last act the most here because I feel like that is a movie when it knew what it was, when the movie was most confident. So yeah, the story though kind of sucks, and then we get to the cast, and Bryce Dallas Howard I think does a perfectly fine job. It's not a great performance, but she carries this movie well enough. She does get to showcase lots of range, but Sam Rockwell is the guy who steals this entire movie. This guy is just so entertaining and so charismatic, he makes it look easy. I've always enjoyed his acting, in this movie, he really stood out to me. Then we get Henry Cavill, who should not have been in this movie. Like, he's in the beginning for like 5 minutes, and then they just keep cutting back to him. And it's like, okay, why are you doing this? It's unnecessary. They completely wasted his talent. He deserves better. John Cena, why is he in this movie? I don't know. Just so they could put his name on the poster. Dua Lipa, she's in it for like 2 minutes maybe. And then Bryan Cranston, I think, does a fine enough job. It just kind of bums me out. Like, he gave one of the greatest performances ever on TV, and he's just gotten nothing but shitty roles ever since, and it just baffles me. And then Catherine O'Hara, I thought did a perfectly fine job. So, yeah, I didn't despise this movie. It has its moments. It's just a a bit of a mess. It tries to do too much, and I can appreciate the ambition, but it does fall flat. And it's certainly too long. Like 2 hours and 20 minutes, no excuse. Should have been an hour 45, an hour 50 max. And I will also say that this movie has a really stupid, absolute foolish ending, and then we get a mid-credit scene which is even more retarded. Like, whatever. Anyways, Argylle, it's not the worst movie you'll see. It has its moments. It has a very entertaining performance by Sam Rockwell, but it's not one I ever see myself going back to, so I'll give it a 4 out of 10. Okay, have you seen Argylle? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin, out.